Hello guys, Vince right here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ladybug Season 4, Episode 1 and Episode 2. These two episodes. So basically, I'm planning to... I've been really announcing and talking about doing reviews of Ladybug for the longest time. And here I am finally. I know for a fact that I'm not going to let, another season pass by without a review or without me mentioning Ladybug, because it's not easy. It's not easy really talking about, because there's a lot of things to talk about, but also analyzing and trying to talk about, Ladybug, seasons and pretty much the universe around it, and also the debates and mixing it with predictions and so on. This is kind of like one of my first. So I'm going to let you guys know that I'm going to leave it to the professionals. If you want, a really in-depth, chronically ordered, review. See, I can't speak, God. Yeah, I leave it to the professionals. Like, one of the ones that I watched was Cartoon Apocalypse, of course, the biggest one. And also some other ones, like, you have, like, other people that review it that I can't name off the top of my head, other than Cartoon Apocalypse and TVC. But yeah, this is my attempt, I would say, to really try to pick this puzzle, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, and pretty much my channel itself is almost like, this is kind of like perfect itself to review this in my channel, because how it really matches and how this is also a romance. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try, but I might screw up. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm pretty much setting myself up probably for failure, because, well, here I am giving a lecture of how I really see these episodes. But I did have some notes, long notes, by the way. I got some big notes. So yeah, let's see if whatever I'm saying makes sense, because I have never reviewed Miraculous Ladybug. I've seen it all. I've seen the episodes from the whole arc of, Chloe, as everyone really wants Chloe back to be Queen Bee, and also how a lot of, especially the specials, like the New York special and the Shanghai special, which I haven't seen yet. And also you got a whole batch of like the whole Lucanet, Adrianet kind of thing, and also these other ships. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to is seeing heroes that are going to come to in the Miraculous universe, especially how Ladybug is like the new Guardian. We're gonna see that all true. And also another thing, speaking like Guardian, one of the first episodes that was released was Furious Fu, and Furious Fu pretty much kind of started it off. I thought that was going to be the first episode, but apparently it isn't. It's actually chronically organized that it's truth, and the second is lied. So, and also I think third is Gang of Secrets, and episode 6, I believe, I could be wrong, is Furious Fu, and the rest hasn't really come out yet, because all of this is still early. That's why this review is kind of a bit tricky. It's hard. Also, I'm reviewing something that is sub, which is something that I never do, but I love, Miraculous Ladybug, and I like the universe, and I'm just curious, and also making some predictions before the rest of the episodes come out, and before other people spoiled it and all that. And pretty much I want to see it for myself. And really, though, the hardest part is not only reviewing this, but also trying to find where to actually watch the damn episodes, because I don't know where to watch it. I don't have a Disney Plus thing. I don't even know if it's out in Disney. It's not out here in America, but because other countries, these episodes are already available in according, like, especially in Portuguese and Spanish, two languages that I do not know. So yeah, and also I think French, and yeah, the rest goes on, pretty much knowing that other countries have it, more better as well, other than, here in America. So still waiting for the English dub, because I feel like the English dub would make much more sense as all the episodes rolled out, and how it's going to be ordered, accordingly. But here I am reviewing one of the episodes, and I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to try to make it short, and I'm going to try to really make it somewhat simple. But also, I really do want to talk about, the characters and what's going on in the episode the best of my ability. So, truth. Starting with Truth, look, I usually would start one episode only because I remember seeing this one video that someone analyzed an episode, at least one episode. It takes almost like 2 hours or something, 1 hour. So, you know, I'm basically just attempting. I'm just attempting as I go on. Pretty much I'm dropping in this huge bowl that I might slip, but let's just hope I don't get a concussion, that kind of thing. I'm a skater, so I do kind of put skate references here and there. But yeah, Truth. Both of these episodes, Truth and Lied, is pretty much all takes place in the same time, all together. So the Truth episode is about Luca and Marinette, which pretty much, if we got to be honest, if you really want to, have a quicker synopsis of this. Also, by the way, this is all spoilers, so just to let you guys know, I will put that pretty much up in the title, like, hey, spoilers of these episodes. These are both basically like the whole Lucanet and Adrigami thing. This is where both of those ships pretty much crash, because this is gonna, I guess, season 4, and I guess good old Astruck is letting us know, like, no, your ships are not worthy. This is only between Lucanet. This is only between like cat bug, or I think some kind of ship name that they have. But yeah, this is only dedicated to the main like ship, and I'm just like, okay, well, yeah, I guess that's how it is. And I remember seeing the episodes, I'm like, damn, like Astruck is pretty blunt about that. And for this one, in the first episode, Truth is basically about Luca and Marinette. And also, we see a first glimpse of Hawkmot repairing the Dusu Miraculous, and it's repaired, and Dusu mixed with Dusu, and also Hawkmot turns into Shadow Moth. Thanks to Dusu and Naru actually all combining into one, as he has both of those Miraculous. Now, I'm just imagining, like, what if Hawkmoth actually has all of the Miraculouses? Because he could be a monster. He could turn into something else, let me tell you. Next up, pretty much, since Ladybug is now the guardian and all the Kwamis live under her roof, which is going to be interesting how she really tries to keep it a secret. But pretty much what I found out is that all the Kwamis are invincible to other people, especially in that scene where pretty much Marinette's friends couldn't see the Kwamis. Only she can. So I guess that has to do something with the power. And another thing, what's up with... oh, yeah, but Alia... pretty much, from what I've seen, is starting to become aware. Now, listen, I've seen a bunch of episodes. I pretty much already know the whole detail, but for sake of this, I'm not going to spoil them, which is also another challenge for me. But Alia also is starting to notice, like, what Marinette is hiding, due to her, like, especially with these strange things that she's becoming aware of. And we're going to see a lot of that soon in the other episodes. And also, Julika is mumbling, which I'm not sure why. I don't know where that's a reference of. I'm trying to understand, like, wait, why is Julika mumbling? But yeah, so pretty much we might see more of her friends, and really what's the in-depth of, especially if we ever get an episode where it's not focused on, like, on Marinette or on Adrian. It could be focused on the other characters, like Alia, or focus on Julika, or focus on Luca, or focus, on basically one of these characters. Guarantee, who knows, we might get a Chloe episode if we do. But as it moves on, pretty much the I believe that Luca and Luca and also Marinette actually plan a date for, pretty much together. The parents were aware, so pretty much they let them go and, let them have a good time, I guess, as Luca's kind of, for me personally, I do like Luca. He's a kind-hearted brother, and pretty much he does really care about Marinette and how she feels, and very kind. And I do see that, especially the adaptation of, like, how basically whatever that Marinette and whatever she's going through, it's not her fault. Like, pretty much Luca is just there. I mean, Luca is in the sidelines, pretty much just looking at all of this and becoming aware of it. But as it moves on, pretty much they were planning to go to a Jagged Stones concert. But as I see here, hold on. Oh yeah, the pretty much video flowing around the movie theater. I like that scene where they, I start to see some different, I guess, what is it called, evolutions surrounding the different like aspects of how, they take the shots, especially the scene in the movie theater. I'm like, what is going on? Who's holding the camera? So pretty much in the movie theater, they almost kiss, and I'm just like, well, this is kind of expected. Now, from what I gathered from the other episode, pretty much I'm not gonna really spoil that much, but even though there's spoilers for both, so what does it matter? That this one only has like one scene that they almost kissed. The other one had more scenes that they kissed with between Kagami and Adrian. But for this one, this happens to be just only one scene that kissed, which I did notice. And not only that, like, what is this? The whole like, what was it? Like, kiss got interrupted during the movie randomly, as pretty much the theater was in like I don't know, there was like something going on up there, and it alerted basically Marinette, as it predicted. There was this one scene where Kat, and pretty much it showed two times already, but also I can see how they try to really bring much more of an impact, which I found out in the couple of episodes. This scene where Ladybug throws Cat Noir because Cat Noir scared Ladybug and throws him out there, then reels him in with the weapon that Ladybug has, but smashes in the window, and you can see the cracks and everything. I'm like, ugh. And seems like Cat Noir doesn't seem too fade about it. If anything, like Cat Noir seems happy no matter what. But yeah, of looking at coming to an end in this episode, especially how the way that Marinette ignores Luca, which is kind of hard to really, trying to get by. But seeing how Luca is getting like tired, and it does get to a point. There is times where Marinette really tries her best to actually support Luca, especially in the scene when in the concert. But Luca was like, I can't deal with this. This is kind of tiring, honestly. And I don't blame him. Like, can you only imagine, like, your only lover like not showing up and you're only showing halfway almost every time you go out in every event and all that? Like, what's the point? Like, I'm surprised that Luca didn't think like that Marinette is cheating behind Luca's back. Like, I wonder if that's was somewhere in his mind. But other than that, seeing how Ladybug is learning to be a hero, and I think I caught this up, especially when seeing Invincible. Don't worry, I'm not going to mention anything Invincible, but I did see a couple episodes, and I got to say, woo, that's all I'm going to say. But I start to take a note of a lot of these superhero shows, that when it comes to be a superhero, it takes like responsibility in a sense that you don't want it. For example, like like firemen, like police officers, they need people like that out there. Sometimes a fireman and also a police officer is doing something at the moment. They don't want to be bothered, but they have to be in order to save these people, because there's people that needs to be saved out there. And I guess that's what Ladybug is slowly learning, knowing that, you can't always be around people, especially around Luca and, Luke, I keep calling it Luca, around Luca, because you have responsibilities. You have responsibilities to save the world and also being charged, and they come at a certain time where it's unexpected, which you can only imagine that kind of job could be very tiring. So in the next scene where Marinette needs to confess, but Mary couldn't share the truth, then it hits Luca for some reason, despite how nice he is about it. But I mean, I guess it was in Luca's pinching point where he just like, I can't take this. And that's when Luca got akumatized. And I'm not sure what the name of the akumatized Luca version is, but I guess it's Pharaoh, I believe. I could be wrong. Pharo, I seen the subtitles. Later on, tells Marinette to run. I mean, it seems that Luca, of course, this is not the first time he was akumatized, but it does help, Marinette to tell her to run, like, run, like, that's it. And pretty much it slowly becomes akumatized, and then Ladybug, of course, pretty much gets out of there and becomes this, like, villain, the akumatized Luca, where it's basically showing a spotlight with the eye thing, and pretty much exposing people of telling the truth, that kind of power. So as it moves on, Ladybug, there was this scene where I was like, oh my god, no way. Like it kind of got me in the sense that it was such a close one. You can only imagine how this could actually happen, because Ladybug almost reveals her secret. Then of course Cat Noir saved her, but it was one of those moments where, as the Akumatai, as Pharaoh Akumatai, I mean, pretty much shines the light, uses his power to tell the truth from others, and pretty much uses it on Ladybug. It almost went there. It almost was like a whole like risky moment. So that was pretty cool. As the spotlight was scary, shine spotlights on Mutter, and pretty much wants to know like who's the father, since I already knew who the father was, but in this case, I did not realize they were ever gonna show it. Like at some point, they kind of have to, because we kind of have to know a little bit of these characters, especially how Luca kind of shines the light on the mother and try to ask like who is the father. Like I thought that was sort of revealed from that other episode where we were introduced, like the mother turned into this like character, this akumatized villain, but I guess there's a little bit more to that. So pretty much the father being Jagged Stone. But Jagged, pretty much, like, as he was exposed by the powers of what Luca holds, pretty much admits that he's just lame of taking care of his son. I'm like, what, like, that's kind of blunt, sad, and wow. But it made it up later on. But my goodness, I saw it, I was like, whoa, okay, I didn't realize it was gonna go there. But it also shocked Luca. And a lot of times when I'm seeing this episode, I feel bad for Luca. I feel bad for what he's going through. But of course, Luca tries to, to really fight off, to actually, gain more truth. But of course, gets defeated as Luca tries. And pretty much it was a weird way of actually how this whole fight scene comes into. We all know that pretty much Luca tries to find the box and almost finds the Guardian box with all the Kwamis, and that didn't really pretty much give any like hope for Luca, as he failed because I guess he was too slow, and then got caught by Ladybug. As they break up, now pretty much, I'm reading this too like early. I'm sorry, I'm reading the notes at the same time I'm trying to analyze this, but yeah, this whole scenes, I guess these two episodes itself is sort of about like how you deal with breakup and how you are as a what responsibilities you have to have as a hero in terms of being in a relationship, and sometimes you gotta tell them the secret, pretty much. And also later on, as the episode ends, Ladybug said something about like I can't have a BF, and I'm like, you can. It's just that you kind of have to be a BF with Cat Noir. Speaking of Cat Noir, as both of these heroes slowly develops, and yes, pretty much we do get an ending between Luca, happy ending between Luca, and also like he accepts the breakup, and I love Luca, like his attitude. He's such he's very mature when it comes to like accepting these things that he's not okay with, but it's kind of like the only way, kind of almost the same way I see it. And Luca and also Jagged Stone, the father, actually comes back and makes a song, and they are back as a family together. And I wonder what the wife, pretty much, or Luca's mother thinks about it. But that's interesting. Good episode. Second episode, from what I believe, a lot of people said that this is the best one so far. And it takes place at the same time as episode 1. And pretty much spoilers for episode 2, if you're listening to this. We see Cat Noir, bored, desperate for action. I feel that. I always wonder, like, if they're ever going to be desperate for action or anything, when you're bored and you're trying to save the world and stuff, you're expecting action. I believe that's the same thing that, like, Spider-Man kind of thinks of, like, or maybe the Batman. Like, what you got to do standing on the buildings for, trying to find, people that are in trouble. But Cat was at the bar, or at a milk bar. I don't know. It was at the Chloe's hotel. And we got this scene from Chloe and also her friend that I can't think of in the moment, because here I am rushing the review. But yeah, Chloe being Chloe, Chloe being Chloe. If only there was a moment where Chloe had a little bit of niceness. But I guess Chloe's just gonna be full on savage, and that struck is just not gonna give Chloe any light. I was expecting like Chloe, like later on, like as she's noticing, like does Chloe ever notice herself? to the point where does she ever like apologize or something like that? Did she ever say sorry? Like I can only imagine that one scene where she's saying sorry to her friend for like being mad at her for no reason. But that's Chloe. That's Chloe. Missed opportunity, but that's just me. But yeah, moving on. Both Aid and Kagami arrive an hour earlier, but in purpose. And we do have another scene of before that where Kagami really is dedicated to be with Adrian, especially as she's fighting with the mother on like a swords fight, basically sparring and practicing their fencing or swordsman battle or something like that. Pretty much they arrive early to the school, both Kagami and Adrian, so that Kagami can show Adrian the secret new talent that she has. At first, I thought it was going to be a kiss, which I was half right because it was sort of kiss, sort of not a kiss, and there was a lot of kissing between Adrian and Kagami, but these were not kisses. These were like very, very close, almost kisses, and I can only imagine how Kagami could be very frustrated about that. And we start to see Kagami wanting the true elements of who Adrian is, especially when it comes down to really drawing Adrian for like Kagami's notebook, as she has her artistic ideal to actually become an artist. But for some reason, the mother doesn't seem okay about it or doesn't want anyone to know that she's an artist, which I wonder if that plays something in the future episodes. So they do kind of like each other. We start to see, Adrian, kind of smiling, leaving the room. And also Kagami really dedicating herself to actually be with Adrian. This could have been perfect for Adrian finding a relationship. This could have been something. There was a part of me when all this was going down and didn't end well or something like that, where I was like, what happened? Like, what is going on? But of course, it's part of the plot. But there is a part of me where I do feel bad for Luca and I do feel bad for Kagami, which I'll talk about later. But other than that, they almost kissed. They almost kissed when they were at the car. They almost kissed when they were I guess picking up books or something. They almost kissed even fencing. Like all these moments, they really try to get something. They really try hard, but it seems like it's also, you see, I like how they really try to picture Adrian as if Adrian really wants it but couldn't, because there's just too much distractions. There's too much of this whole being a hero thing, your responsibility of being a hero. At least that's why I see it. This is all me, guys. And yeah, it's just, I feel bad how a lot of the love and pretty much is not aligned. Not that I'm expecting to be, kissing, but also I'm expecting what was a better way to actually nail this? But I guess, that's the better way because I'm not the writer. Other than that, they do like each other, and you really do see that, but it's almost like it can't happen, unfortunately, which it can, but they can, but it's like I don't know. I guess I could have reviewed this during when it was out, because after seeing the other episodes, this made me really think. And it's all because I saw a Gang of Secrets, which I'm not going to spoil, but it made me question about this episode. But if I didn't see Gang of Secrets, it wouldn't make me question at all. So yeah, pretty much as it goes on, we saw that Kagami really, and I like how Kagami is very smart. Kagami really can open up, help Adrian open up a bit more, and Adrian wouldn't know what to do. We even saw a little bit of that when they got off the boat, where Adrian was like stumbling, and pretty much like Kagami was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, it's kind of like the smart, kind of like versus like the one that is trying to keep a secret but couldn't really compete in some cases. But it comes during truth, and we start to see how, especially when Kagami grabs the bracelet and asks if Adrian loves her, and pretty much it hurts because you do see that Adrian does love Kagami, but Adrian again just couldn't say it. Why? Kagami also lied for Adrian, as Adrian got served. I'm reading the notes. And it was in the scene where they got the hotel, in the front entrance of the hotel, or this big building, Chloe's house, I would say. And yeah, it's true. Good old Adrian got served. You couldn't tell the truth, Adrian. I don't know. I don't know. But they did this so well. And I guess I'm, looking at this in my own eyes and trying to say this in my own words. There's some things that I couldn't say that is hard for me to really say at all. I believe there's a word for that. But, it's here I am reviewing this and attempting it all. Okay, I'm just going with the flow. The flow is going. But yeah, Kagami's so smart. And pretty much both, I guess, in some cases are liars. Because for Adrian, like he's trying to keep a secret, but thankfully, like, if Adrian was stolen, like, pretty much, like, didn't really take his responsibilities, I believe that Ladybug would have been in trouble, because it was during the same scene where Ladybug was basically almost told the truth to Luca, almost told the truth, almost said, like, like, I saw that and I was like, I can never get off that out of my head. I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. But as it goes on, pretty much Kumatais, I always wonder, like, what's up with the boat villains? Did both of the villains, like, you know Luca and Kagami, how did they handle taking out both of these villains? Like, I wonder, how did that go? Like, how did both, like, Adrian and Kagami, like, how would that align when all these villains, like, got taken down probably at the same time? Because both were pretty heavy, especially in their work. Like, I have to give them props for actually really putting in the work. And especially, I'm not sure what would happen, like, at all with that flowing thing. And also, another thing about both of these villains is that they both have powers that just hurts my eyes. With the light, the shine light from the eye, and also the freaking light that is like this, like, almost approaching like a white dwarf. And what I mean white dwarf, I go to astronomy, and our version of a white dwarf is pretty much a big star. You see the sun? The sun, imagine that was white. That is called a white dwarf, or basically a white star. And usually the next white dwarf is like, what, a billion light years away or something like that. So it kind of looked like a huge white dwarf because of how unbelievably bright it is. And I was looking at it, I was like, ow. Ow, my eyes. Ow, Awestruck, why you do this to me? Oh man. But yeah, I just wish, man, I wish I reacted to this. I think that would be easier because my reaction was hilarious. The point where I was, like, noticing the light and I was like, ow. Later on, as Cat falls into the light as a sacrifice, pretty much it seems almost like a sacrifice, but is also holding on to, like, Ladybug, hoping that Ladybug would fix all this, and thankfully that Ladybug did. All thanks to Jagged's crocodile. The crocodile is the hero, okay? Like, we're his love, all right? With that cake falling in, the crocodile eating the hand, almost eating the hand, but the bracelet, and of course, all the boat, like the Kumitais, the freaking feather, which I don't know how feathers flow like that, and the butterfly, of course, back to normal, and everything back to normal, and all things planned, but they gotta deal with something else. It's also telling the truth, and I felt it. I felt Kagami in that fencing scene. I felt the frustration. I would be pissed too. I mean, I felt her, okay? Knowing that Kagami was mad, was personally mad, and I don't blame her. Knowing that, Kagami trusts Adrian, wanted Adrian, but Adrian, you got served. You didn't give Kagami what she wanted, but then again, who am I? Because this is about the main couple, of course. But you know me, I'm just here giving my opinions and all that. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, both scenes are just heartbreaking. I believe that Luca with Marinette was more heartbreaking itself due to seeing Ladybug's, Marinette's reaction towards it with all the Kwame's hugging. Kind of looks like they're all sticking like to her, but they're all hugging, and it just has that, like, feel moment. But also for this one was also hurtful because Kagami and also Adrian, this could be the last time they are going to sit next to each other, or the last time that they're going to talk to each other. And especially how Kagami gives back Adrian's necklace. Like, you know what? Just take it. Just take it. And I felt that. I don't know. Going through breakups is not easy. And it's hard. It's going to be hard. And I guess that's kind of like a sacrifice that they have to do when it comes to being hero or what you wanted, but not like this. Not like this. So I don't know if we're gonna see more. I got this feeling like, Kagami could retaliate. Maybe, maybe not. And hopefully I'm wrong. But I don't know if Luca and, people say that Luca and Kagami should be together. Like, I don't see that. Personally, I don't see that much. But who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I'm just some random dude that is that is just speaking on some good old Ladybug content. But I really love this show, okay? And I've been watching all of it. And I'm just curious how it's gotta go wrap around. I'm really wanting to actually see Miraculous Ladybug become like the next Justice League or something like that, with all these new heroes having their own way. And I'm gonna be talking more about that, about the whole I see it like the new Justice League in the next episode, which is Gang of Secrets, because that's a whole nother beast that I'm gonna review. And I feel like I shouldn't really add another episode in that. It's just gonna be that independently. But this is the best I can do in terms of really reviewing this, because I made promises for years. I made a promise ever since season 2 that I need to talk about Ladybug Miraculous. I just couldn't find the time to do it. I don't know how to do it. And here I am talking about it during my exams, my final exams. I'm supposed to be studying, but instead I did this because I really do love the show. And I want it to be somewhat related in my channel. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy, and I'll see you guys. Hope you subscribe, comment, all that jazz. More Miraculous reviews and other reviews, actually, because I'm planning to do more of them. Peace.